Hello. Welcome, everybody. Today, we're going to talk about some important news with Arrowhead and Sony PlayStation drama.
Also got some news in reference to Apple. They have a new event coming up, as well as Starfield finally got some much needed updates. Y'all stay tuned, guys. We got a great episode ahead.
Stay tuned. Let's go.
Hello, welcome to GGrated. We hope you enjoy the show. Now here are the hosts.
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the GGrated podcast.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Great to have another week. Blessed to be here with you, Gray. And how's your week been going, man? A little catching up real quick.
Well, it could be better, but it could be a lot worse. So my truck I just got is in the shop already. Wah, wah. So that's fun. And we have a big camping trip coming up here soon. So not the best time, and hopefully I'll get it back soon, and we'll be able to get some.
You know what? We're gonna make it happen either way. We're gonna make it happen either way.
We'll make it happen, Captain.
Even if we got to hike 30 miles to the woods, you know.
I'll do it. But I don't want to, but I'll do it.
I hate to hear that, though, man. I know you're laughing about it, you're trying to make best of it, but I know it's probably killing you right now inside.
It is, man. Daddy just wants to go fast. That's what Daddy wants. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. You got to be quiet over
he just
there.
wants to go
be up here. No, I didn't go past a red light. That's not true.
Here's our guest star,
be
Shepherd
quiet.
Gray.
Be quiet. You got to go downstairs, you little dude. That was my son, who is the star of Game Control Dad, the new short.
If y'all have not
made.
seen that, if you have not seen that, we got it posted on our GGrated channel on YouTube, guys. Go check it out. It's a cool little video. We have it for kids only. It kind of reminds you like how these kids do these playing on these videos. They watch all these videos of like role playing and stuff like that. Well, Gray and his kids in Raven too did a great little video with Shep where he's controlling Gray over there with a controller. So it's pretty funny. It's hilarious, honestly. So y'all go check that out.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. Go check it out. You can't really comment on it because it's for kids, but you can always reach out on Facebook or at GGratedChannel at gmail.com. You know, there's other ways to comment, and with your suggestions, comments, if you hate it, if you love it, all that good stuff. But anyways, how's your week been, man?
You know what? It hasn't been too bad. It's I got to go to the range the first couple of days this week and shoot guns. So and qualify for my job. So got all the guns qualified. Yesterday I ended up tearing out a bunch of grass in my front yard and putting all new sod down. So that was a heck of a job, but got it done. So now got the grass cut. Family's in town. My parents came in. My daughter has a recital today, a dance recital. So we're super excited about that. Shep had a party last weekend. We've just been going. But
sounds like a full life going on there.
Yeah. But the good news is I got to see my parents like 2 weekends in a row. So
that's awesome.
Pretty cool. You know,
they're good people.
But I'm glad to hear that, man. Thanks for saying
they are. They're really good people.
You just said they're bad people.
No, they're really good people. And
how do you react to that?
I kind of look like your dad with my bald head now too. I'm trying to be like him. I'm just trying to be like him, man.
When I saw that video you made yesterday with Shep, the dad controller video, the first thing I saw was like you was laying on the couch and like you're sleeping, and I'm like, did he shave his head? Like
he looks like a Ninja Turtle. Yeah, it's the first time I ever used a razor on it. It's different. Yeah. It's different. I don't know if I'll keep it like this or not, but we'll see.
It's so weird. You go from one month of like full Grizzly Adams over here, you know, to just straight clean shave, son.
That's how I roll, dog. I always like to mix it up. You never know.
And
you can't see me.
I'm just happy I got a beard.
There you go. It looks good on you too, man.
Well, guys, we're not going to keep. Glad we can do this all day, but guys, we're going to get into it. Let's go into the gaming news and deals. We got some good deals and some great news to talk to you.
We're gonna go straight to news at the moment of the week. Where we going?
See, I always do it. Let's go gaming moment. Let's go
gaming moment of the week.
That's my mulligan.
Oh, that's an easy mistake because it's gaming this, gaming that. We could go either way, really. Do you want to go first, man? I want to hear your gaming moment.
Honestly, my gaming moment is going to be is I've kind of had an itch. I don't know if people have the same kind of thing, but I've been playing multiplayer a lot. I kind of talked to you about this a little bit, Gray, last week. I feel like playing, with buddies, Helldivers 2, Rebirth, Call of Duty Rebirth, and stuff, and that's fun. And I like keeping that on the side. You need that sometimes. But sometimes I'll play like Madden, right? 24 just to chill. Some golf, maybe some MLB The Show, via cloud. But I've been playing Horizon. I decided to get into single player games a little bit more this week, and I was thinking about Last of Us Part 1 or Dead Space Remake or either Horizon Zero Dawn, because I really want to play the second one. They say the second one's really good, the Forbidden West. And these PlayStation single player games are the best you can get, man. I'm not going to be, bias, or what do they say in reference to they're always against each other, Xbox, PlayStation, and fanboys. I'm not going to be just a Xbox fanboy and say that PlayStation has the best single player games. I think of a lot of them. So I got myself into Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, and man, I find myself just playing that game. I guess it's not technically a gaming moment, but just playing for hours, man. And then it's like, man, I got to get off and go to work, So my gaming moment is going to be just kind of locking in on the single player, kind of getting immersed into the story of that game. And if you don't know, Horizon Zero Dawn is Aloy, is kind of set up in this futuristic machine world where it's like dinosaurs, but they're made out of machines. And she has a bow, arrow, spear, different things, and you can use to fight these machines. And you go through this story where she tries to become a braid to find out who her mother is, but the Karja does an attack, and then now she's fighting against the Karja, and she's trying to, she's doing a whole lot of stuff, not to try to spoil. I know it's an older game, but it's a lot of story element to it. Like you're reading books. Sometimes I play these games because I don't read books. I don't like to. My wife reads all the books. But I play some of these games to get the story element of it, even if it's like a Resident Evil, right, Josh?
Right.
I'll pay $1.99 to get rockets just to blast my way all the way to the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's pretty much my gaming moment, man. Just chilling, having fun, and kind of just immersing myself in the story of Horizon Zero Dawn.
So when you said blasting rockets in Resident Evil, I just thought about Resident Evil 4, where that dude's like, "Hello, stranger. What can I do for you?" Where you buy guns from him. I don't know if you played that before, but yeah.
I have not played the new one. I know. Don't they have a new one? Like,
they do have a new one. I went back through and played the older version of Resident Evil 4.
I haven't played it in years,
dude.
Man.
You need to go back and play it. It's so good still. It's awesome. It's a lot more like.
Is it a good story?
Oh yeah, it's a great story. And it's a lot more shooting and stuff. Like you're doing a lot of shooting. So
yeah.
I know I can't play it.
Yeah.
So
what's your
gaming moment of the week?
That's awesome to get in those story games. Well, mine. So I was thinking between two different ones. I was thinking between, the video that we made, me and Shep here, of it's kind of gaming related, and I just enjoyed that whole process of we got together Saturday morning and we wrote down every scene that we wanted to film. And what I'm referring to is we made a short video where I guess the premise is my son finds a controller at the front door.
No, Dad was
hey, buddy.
sleeping, and I was on the couch watching
okay.
the show.
Okay.
And there was a door
Listen,
out.
He's like, I'm going to be in this show, huh?
On the ground.
Listen.
and it was white, and I said,
I'll be right back. Entertain the people for a second. Come here, buddy.
Yeah, they do. As y'all can tell, sometimes we get we have to deal with these kids and all that. We are gaming dads, so we have to do that sometimes. But man, they made a really cool little video. And me and Josh has been talking about trying to get more into like doing them little videos like that.
Oh
I was
yeah.
telling them that we've been talking about trying to get into doing some videos, more shorts like that. So,
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna have to get him on because he has a lot to say. But
yeah.
basically, what it comes down to, there he is in the background pouting now too. Basically, what it is I enjoyed the whole process where we wrote down every scene. I actually got my notebook right here where we wrote down every scene of how we were going to film it. And we went through and honestly did it really quick. We had my wife here for help. And so the parts that I couldn't film, she filmed. And we got it done, man. Like, we only had to reshoot a few things, and we had to cut some stuff out.
How long did it take?
It took a few.
Overall.
Well, it took all day because I had to do the edit. So I had to do like cut some stuff out. Just filming, it didn't take long at all. Maybe a couple hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like. Maybe not even that long.
And you have fun doing it.
Oh,
too.
yeah. We had a blast, and it was hot outside, so spraying myself with the water didn't necessarily bother me too much. So
it was so waterboarding you, bro.
Dude, I cut out a lot of that, too. There was a lot more that wasn't quite appropriate. That's all I'll go into, where it was getting crazy. So... because it's made for kids, that's all I'll say about that. I'll have to show you the footage.
Hey, listen, you watch Bluey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bluey can be the most related cartoon. All these cartoons have some kind of like adult relation in the. Have you seen all those old Disney movies?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen all that?
Yeah.
How they have all this stuff in there, and you're like, now you're adult, you're like, huh?
Yeah.
That's
That's a little sus.
So that's why you gotta put some of that stuff in there,
That's right.
The parents know and the kids don't.
Yeah, but had fun with that. But as far as like straight up game related, dude, I haven't played a lot. I've honestly played a lot of Marvel Snap. It's been that kind of week where I just want to zone out and play some Snap, and I've been busting some fools up on Marvel Snap. So that's about all I got for my gaming moment of the week. No specific moment, just the whole moment of filming and some relaxing times playing some Marvel Snap.
Man, that's what it's about, man. Honestly, and that's pretty cool. I kind of liked watching that last night when y'all got that done. Man, with that, let's go ahead and jump. Man, I'm dying to talk about this, as you could tell, because I was trying to jump to it earlier. Let's talk about this iPad event and this Starfield update real quick, and maybe you can give these guys and gals some good deals.
Let's do it. Let's go to the gaming news. Good gaming news. I'll get it pulled up right here, but you are free to go,
let's
sir.
talk about this. Let's talk about this iPad event. They're calling it the iPad event, but Apple is really known for throwing out these logos and stuff and kind of teases what they're going to be going over. And you can see that's on the screen right now. It says "Let Loose." You're invited to watch a special Apple event. Tune in to apple.com on May 7th at 7 a.m. Pacific time. So the big thing about this is that I just want to throw out is that they did not have an iPad event for the first time last year. Like, they skipped the iPad being updated. The problem the problem with the iPad is there's so many iPads that models and makes and all that you just don't know. It can range from $250 to $1,500 for all accessories to get an iPad. And the MacBook has been so good since the M1 chip came out that you're trying to find a place for the iPad, and I don't think a OLED iPad Pro or a mini LED iPad is going to be the next big thing with it. I think they need something to just stand out from I think they're hurting themselves. You see what I'm saying? The MacBook is just so good. Why would you not get the MacBook
Yeah.
instead of the iPad? Now I'm not speaking to the people that just sit there and watch Netflix on the iPad, right? You can do that with the cheapest model. You can get a little iPad mini or something, but you do not need. I'm talking about the people like us that use editing software like DaVinci Resolve and stuff like that. You can do that with the new iPads with the M1s, but there's a lot of apps that just don't work right on the iPad compared to a MacBook. And then you also probably get it a little bit cheaper with a MacBook.
Mm,
So I don't understand where if you had to make a decision, if I put it this way, Gray, if you had, let's say, $1,000, right? You can
right.
get the newest iPad Pro OLED model that they're talking about having, or you can get a new MacBook, in 3 chip. What would you get? I mean, for somebody that what we do, I
Right.
just feel like the MacBook is going to be the easy answer. Correct me if I'm wrong on that or no.
No, like I think you're totally right. The amount of power that they're able to pack in those MacBooks and the amount of battery. I mean, like most of that is just
Battery.
battery because that chip runs so cool.
Yes.
They really have, impressive technology. Now, I think the thing that hurts them is that it's not as open to where you could do like a bunch of gaming on it and stuff.
Yes.
I think they're starting to get into the gaming sphere, but honestly, as far as like iPads and stuff go, I would want one as a drawing tablet because I'm looking at that new
Yeah.
iPad Pencil. It would be really cool
Yes.
to do some drawing or some sort of graphical design stuff on that. So if they had something that was tailored, like had a screen kind of like a Kindle that looks like paper that you could draw on,
Yeah.
like that would be really neat. I think they would do good to break out into that space. I don't know. Maybe they have already. Maybe but that's all that I
Well,
would
I
be
think
interested in.
so. I will say this: the things that's rumored to have at this event. Okay, it's a new iPad Pro with an OLED screen, which that'll be beautiful. It had the Apple's M3 chip. Okay, the iPad Pro may boost the M4 processor, so it'll be the first time M4 goes in there. And like you just said, you nailed it on the head. The M4 is very impressive. Those chips, very low energy, very impressive. Um, there should be another size option, and this is what I'm not liking with Apple is they have too many options, man. And usually you're like, oh well, options are better, but it's not for. Imagine my wife wants an iPad or my daughter. I have to go and explain 30 minutes to an hour of like, okay, this option you get this option you get that. Everybody is not going to have that knowledge on what features you have. Or if I got to talk to my parents and be like, hey, my mom wants a new iPad. All right, well, what iPad should I get? Sit down and let me tell you. Like it's so confusing. But this new model, I'm really kind of keeping my eye out on. It's a new iPad Air, and it's an in between size between an iPad Mini and an iPad just Pro. So it's kind of got that good size comparison. If you can pull it up, there it is. You got it pulled up right now. And I think that's going to be the best iPad, I believe, is for my liking. Now, the thing that you're talking about, another thing that's rumored to be coming, is a more functional Apple Pencil. Now, that's been the laughing stock of Apple lately, is the way you have to charge these Apple Pencils. I have one of them for my work. And you literally have to stick it in the bottom where you charge at, so you have a long pencil sticking out of the iPad to charge it, which is very known to break. Or you have to put an adapter on it. They love their dongles, and you have to charge it that way, like you see in the picture.
Yeah.
So there's supposed to be a new functional for around $130, is what they're saying, called the Apple Pencil 3, which will have interchangeable magnetic tips on it as well. So that would be really great for coloring and sketching and stuff like that. So I think that'd be great. And of course, they're talking about another new Magic Keyboard, which they're usually way more expensive than I would ever pay. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. How do you differentiate this from a MacBook? Because the MacBook is just so solid and just so good. So
Right.
we'll But we'll move on to the next gaming news. The next thing is going to be the new Starfield update. This is going to be a little bit quicker of a discussion here. we talked about Starfield. I felt like it's kind of fallen off a lot lately. The biggest thing with me is not having uh, the maps for the cities, right? When you go in a city, you have to remember everything. So if you take off for a week or two, you're like, man, what was I doing again? Where's this place again? Now they got city maps in there. But the biggest update that they have now is that the game is now going to be 60 frames per second, which was huge. And if anybody's never done that before, playing from 30 frames per second to 60 frames per second makes a huge difference. So PC is now able to do that. Xbox Series X is now able to do that. But be aware that if you have a Series S console, it's not coming at this time, is what they're saying. So only Series X and PC is going to have 60 frames per second.
What about Steam Deck?
But
Because that's where I mainly play it anyways,
ooh,
is Steam Deck. If I even still have it on there, I might have uninstalled it.
so they are allowing people to choose from 30, 40, and 60. So you might be able to get 40 frames per second out of that, maybe. But what I usually play Starfield on is the cloud, on my Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So I don't have that issue either way. And I don't know if they're going to have 60 frames per second with the cloud. But either way, man, playing this thing on PC, which you kind of want to because it's such a beautiful game. It's nice to finally get that 60 frames per second, man. But you can just see, I mean, if you scroll down, there is a ton of fixes and updates and stuff that they have done on this game. What new with Outpost is also an update in reference to the ships. You can now start putting new things in ships, like you're building your own place to live inside of a ship now. So you can get couches and different things. So they're kind of putting a lot more details in this thing. So I might have to jump back in very soon.
Me too, man. And I'm really hoping one day they come out with something like they did with Fallout 76, where, we can do some stuff together in the game. That was the first thing that I thought about that I was excited about when I even heard this game was coming out, is that, I want to explore space with my friends. Because I know how exciting that is on Star Citizen. I've actually met a really good friend on there named Matt on Star Citizen, and we actually need to get him on the show soon to talk about game development, because he's in the process of making a game. But so to do that in a more gamer friendly environment that Starfield is, they kind of dumb down a lot of stuff when it comes to flying around and doing certain things.
Yes, loading screens, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that.
I didn't either, but it's more, you're more able to hop in and out of this game as compared to Star Citizen, which I know they don't want to be compared to Star Citizen, but I mean, it's a space exploration game. There's only so many of them that are, open world, quote unquote. But I'm hoping eventually there's an update for some online. That's what I'm looking for. That's honestly what's going to get me interested in the game again. I know that they, they're more into that story narrative, but
And I think at some point they might do that. I mean, if like Skyrim online, they went to Fallout 76 online. So Bethesda is known for years down the road, all of a sudden going online with their game. So hopefully that happens, because that'll be more of yours and my style of hopping on and playing together and going out of space. But I think they got to figure out the loading stuff. Like you want to fly in and out of orbit, and you see so many games that's able to do that. I think that's a big thing they need to fix.
Yeah.
But I will say, guys, last thing on this before we move on is, before Josh moves on to the gaming deals, is this is due to release on May 15th. So y'all be prepared. If you want to hop in, download that May 15th. You should get 60 frames per second and improved inventory UI, new difficulty options, ship decorations, and improved surface maps. So.
Yeah, that looks really cool. That's the last thing I'll say about it. We could see on this video, for the video watchers and for audio listeners, I'll describe it to you. They're basically showing where you can customize the interior of your spaceship with all different kind of items. Right now they're laying down a rug and a chair and a computer and some different things like that to kind of customize the experience, and things like that are always welcome. So it's neat. Like I'm glad they're developing more for it. I think it can be something great. It's just not quite to its final form yet. It's not a perfect cell yet. It's just the first form of cell. It still has to absorb Android 18 and 19 to become perfect cell.
I like that.
It's a little
DBZ reference over there.
DBZ analogy there for you, but yep.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the game and deals. Let's do it. Let me pull it up here. So basically, for this portion of the show, I'm going to game and deals, gg.deals, and we're basically just going over Steam deals right now. So these are games that are on sale right now that you can look up on here, all the games at once, so that you just don't have to scroll through Steam trying to find them. You got them right here on the GG Rated channel. Brought to you by GG.deals, not sponsored, but it'd be cool if they did sponsor us. So the hot deals right now is Hades. Haven't played that. Heard it was good. $8.49. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Listen, this game is a great Steam Deck game. I would just say get it. $3.99. I mean, you can find that in the couch and literally just buy it. It's $3.99. Jedi Fallen Order plays so good on the Steam Deck. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was great. Mass Effect, not a big Mass Effect guy, but it's $5.99 if you want to jump in. Raft. Raft is a pretty cool concept of a game. If it's the same one I'm thinking, you're basically floating around and trying to build up your raft with different items that you find in the ocean. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Either way, it's $9.99 for Raft. Battlefield 2042 is only $7.79. Listen,
don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
I'm tempted, dude. I wonder if it plays good on the deck.
Fan.
I wonder if it plays good on the Steam Deck though. I might be into it.
It might.
Tales
you
of
either Battlefield or not. So.
Tales of Iron, dude. Tales of Iron is only $2.99. What is this? Let's watch this really quick. I don't know what this is, but for $2.99,
it looks pretty cool.
It looks cool.
Oh, it's that 2D, 3D. It's that 2D, 3D.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like maybe side-scrolling ish. You're playing as a rat.
Is it just a fighting game? No.
No, but Tales of Iron looks awesome.
It actually looks pretty cool, though.
It does look pretty cool. I might have to get this. Tales of Iron, $2.99. Hot deal. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts is only $4.79. 88% off. A lot of these games that I'm listing are, like 80% off, 50% off. You're just going to get a good deal doing this. Those are just,
y'all need to go to GG Deals.
GG.deals and look at your Steam deals if you do Steam gaming. There's more and more on this list. Those are the ones that automatically hop out to me, and I just wanted to bring them to you guys.
Can I ask you? I know you said you can look up Steam, so if they do have just an Xbox or PlayStation, they can go on GG.deals and still look up PlayStation and Xbox, correct?
Yeah, you sure can. You can look up everything. You can even look up, you can go to different websites to get game codes to get even better deals. Some people call them shady. I've never had an issue with any that I've used. I've used kinggui.net. I've used Fanatical. I might have used a couple of others. I actually bought Starfield on one and got a better deal. CDkeys.com, yes, that's another one that I've used. So you might even get even better deals, and this will also show you that. So this is a great resource that we have started using, and lots of games you can get on there for the cheap. I mainly look on them for Steam Deck games, that you can buy for just a few dollars and have a good time on. So that is the game deals for this week.
Nice.
So now we're going to go into our main topic. Let's go.
Man, guys, do we have some news that's coming out of PlayStation and Arrowhead Studios right now?
Yeah.
So Helldivers 2 has been a substantial hit with the gaming community ever since it's been released. We have mentioned it several times, but they have seemed to shot themselves in the foot.
I was wondering when
Because
they were gonna mess it up, man, because it
I
was so
know, because
popular.
that's the new gaming world.
Everyone was singing their praises, like, "Oh, they're doing games right." And geez,
They're like, man, they're actually listening to the community. They're doing this.
yeah,
And now they completely shot themselves in the foot because what happened is PlayStation kind of stepped in. Old Big Brother stepped in and said, "Oh, it's going so great, isn't it? Well, I want every single person to sign into PlayStation Network now and have to have a PSN ID in order to play the game." At first, it was optional, and then they changed it. So now, with that change, because you cannot make a PlayStation Network ID in 177 countries around the world, 177 countries have a game that they purchased that they cannot play.
mm. Mm-mm-mm.
So,
And what I'm reading
I
here
think it's a
that
huge deal.
what I'm reading here that actually I was not aware of, because I'm kind of learning it as we're talking about it, is this part right here says, while Arrowhead has made it clear that this is a Sony mandate, not anything they wanted to demand, they also admit that they are culpable, and at least to some extent. So what does that mean? Culpable? I'm gonna have to Google this.
That means that it's still to blame a little bit, I guess.
Well, how are they to blame
some
if
extent.
it's a Sony mandate?
Well, I saw there was a guy that was at the
Players
beginning.
who played to the
Apparently, he said he should have required it from the very beginning instead of waiting till everybody buys the games, and then now they're requiring it. But the thing is
that's so
what I think
gross.
what everybody has the issue with, Gray, is you don't need it. There's no reason for it. The only reason they're doing that is to get data out of the customers. That's what
Yeah.
PlayStation is doing. They want to know who's all playing this online game, and they want this data. And I think that's what the biggest issue is with all this.
Oh, I see. He knew this for about 6 months before that this was going to be a thing. Yeah, and
you see that?
Yeah, they didn't talk about it enough.
If you want to read that, what he said, I think it's from a developer.
So this is off of X, the developer. Is this Piles? I don't know. He said, I do have a part to play. I'm not blameless in all of this. It was my decision to disable account linking at launch so that players could play the game. I did not ensure players were aware of the requirements, and we didn't talk about it enough. We knew for about 6 months before launch that it would be mandatory for online PlayStation titles. Okay.
So it's been a long time coming, in other words, what it sounds like. The problem you have here, Gray, is what they're talking about, these online games, right? And these digital games that you have, which has been in such scrutiny lately, is people purchase these games $40 in DLC, and now they can't play them because of this mandate.
Yeah.
So why do you allow them to buy the game and take their money, but then say, "Oh, I'm sorry, you can't play the game anymore"? Because you and the thing is, they can't do a PlayStation ID in those countries. So there's 177 countries where they're not even allowed to do a PlayStation ID, or they can't even do it. So
Yeah.
what do you do at that point? Like, you
That's kinda
gotta
messed up.
reissue. So Steam is apparently, for the first time, usually you have to do it within 2 hours to get a refund, right, of a
Right.
game. Steam is actually issuing refunds for a lot of people now. Because
Well, you know, I know some people, even in our own community, have gotten refunds. I saw somebody talking about it on the Discord.
Really?
And yeah, I don't blame them for it. You know, you can do what you want. I think I've had such a good time on there that I've already gotten my money's worth out of it. I don't think I'm going to get a refund. To me, it isn't as huge of a deal because of how much fun I've had on the game. Now, I could see if I put in a ton of hours in this and then, got locked out because of some stupid mandate, I'd be pretty angry. So
Like the
I
177
understand.
countries.
Yeah, exactly. So I totally get it. I get it if you want a refund, even if you're not included in those countries. I don't blame you at all. I'm just saying for me, I've gotten my money's worth. So, and I'm gonna hop in
And I
again. And I think that a lot of people just want something to be angry about.
yeah,
Honestly, I think it's probably blown out of proportion more than it actually should be. Maybe I don't know. Like I
I
don't
think
I,
the
I don't want to make
gamers.
anybody mad, but
No, I think if I can just say this, I think gamers are just tired of you have a good thing finally, right? These games are coming out broken, not updated, not with all the features that's promised. And then you find this game that has what you've been looking for, a lot of fun, not a lot of issues. They had their issues, but they've been constant updates. So they're doing everything consumer friendly, right?
yeah,
And then to go from everything is working, everything is great, and that's your go-to game. Obviously, you can see it by the Steam numbers, right? That everybody was playing it. And then you go from, okay, this is a great thing happening here. This is gaming right here. This is what people love. To just crap in the bed and PlayStation yet again stepping in to try to control the market,
yeah,
because what they're doing is making you sign in on this network within network, so for numbers, so they can see who's playing what and get the data that they need. And I feel like PlayStation has done that so many times. Xbox is getting more consumer friendly. I'm not saying they're not any worse, right?
yeah,
But I'm trying not to digress here, but I feel like gamers are just tired of, hey, there was nothing wrong with this game, and then they do this.
yeah. And I think the thing that probably made everybody the angriest is that it took people off guard. They weren't told enough. That's what they were just talking about on X. There is that like people feel like they knew about it and didn't make it known as much. If they would have started from the very beginning and said like, hey, eventually you're going to have to log in through Sony to play this game, but right now you don't have to. But I think it got big so fast that they were just trying to hold on to that hype. They were trying to hold on to it. Everything that they were saying was good stuff. I really think they were trying to listen to the community. And
Yeah,
I think we're going to have to give them some grace because we have had a lot of fun with this game. I think it can still be great. I think they get the point. And if they're the kind of developers that I think they are, just by like hearing how they've interacted with the community, I think they're going to turn this thing around. I am hopeful, and I'm going to stick in there.
and guys, I think you have to really think about this too. When you think about funding, right, for these games, this is a millions of dollar game, budgeting game, right? And yes, they made a lot of money on it, but they partnered with Sony. They are not Sony's just not, oh, hey, I made this game, I'm putting it on your platform. They are partners with Sony. So Sony has a say so as well. And you got to remember that when something like this happens, yeah, it might not be the best decision, but it'll be just like, for example, on this channel, me and you both contribute to this channel. You can make a decision, or I can make a decision that one of us don't like, and then you kind of got to deal with it, right? Because you're not gonna agree with every single thing, and this might have been a stipulation or a part of a contract that Sony said, "Hey, I will give you this money," and I'm just assuming here, okay? I don't know for sure,
This is the
but
perfect place to do
guaran-
that. So carry on, sir.
I guarantee that Sony could have said, "Hey, I'm going to give you this money, but down the line, if you don't want to do it at first, okay, I'll work with you and don't do the account linking at first." But they knew, they even admitted on X the whole time that they knew 6 months ago that it eventually was coming, and that was part of the deal to have PlayStation Network linked up to their game.
Okay, so
And I guarantee,
so
yeah,
so let's pretend like I'm Sony and you're Arrowhead and I'm walking in your office and we're having this conversation. Okay. I'm Sony,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
coming in. Okay. Hello.
Hey, I got this great.
Arrowhead-son.
I got
Arrowhead-son.
this great game, man.
I have something I need
America.
to tell you.
I got something to tell you. I got America, guns, and bugs.
Oh, we love
gonna be a
the
hit. It's gonna be a
America. We love America. We love the bugs. And we love
You know what?
this game. But down
So-
the line, you will have to log into Sony. Hey.
Sony, but I got to tell you this too. Did you like Terminator? Did you like Terminator?
Yes, Arrowhead-son.
Yeah. So did America. We're putting robots in the game too.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. That is awesome. No seppuku for
But
you.
then, but that's when Sony comes in probably.
Yep.
And
Oh,
they say, yeah,
we must have the data for all of the players that you're going to get because game is going to be a huge. I give you your money. You make them sign in. For some reason, this Japanese man turned Italian. I'm so sorry, everyone. But I've been watching a lot of for a quick what's that? There's a new show called not Ronin. I keep wanting to say Ronin. It's a new show. Sorry. Totally breaking the flow of the
Desperado?
podcast. No, it's a new show about feudal
You're still
Japan.
throwing out random stuff.
New Japanese show. It's called. Dang it. Oh my gosh. Dude, say something so I'm not just dying here.
No. I kind of like the awkward silence that you see. Should I just start throwing out just weird
Shogun.
like,
It's called
movie titles?
Shogun. I don't know why. Okay, it's called Shogun. It's about feudal Japan. It's the Catholics and the Christians in Japan, and there's this stuff going on with different houses and the economical stuff, and they're talking like that. You must do seppuku, and they like slice themselves, and it's crazy.
What they don't know is that we speak Japanese every time we answer the phone.
Wasage denu America ji. That means I'm an American. You said C. You said C. For all our
Hispanic
Japanese listeners out there,
Hispanic
we love you.
Japanese.
I'm a big Japanese fan.
He is. He bought me some chopsticks.
I
Too.
did. I literally bought you chopsticks. I don't know why that's so funny. I'm a huge fan. I bought chopsticks. Anyways,
I'm like dying over here.
give them some
But you guys,
grace, dude.
we're going to end this thing. If you liked all the news, if you got any comments about Helldivers 2, make sure you drop them in the comments down below, and make sure you hit that follow and subscribe button to stay tuned. Every week on Sundays, we record this and we drop it on YouTube Mondays at some point Monday. But other than that, guys, if there's anything else that y'all can think of, make sure you drop them on our GG Rated Facebook page. But before we go, I think you want to show the new game that we might talk about next week, or no?
Yeah, dude, let's go over it
you wanna wait?
real quick. Also, I need a quick update on the game I found that I had beaten years ago called Prototype. Started playing it, doesn't quite hold up, but I will say it reminds me a lot of Spider-Man because you can run up buildings, and the way you traverse the city is pretty cool. So I'm going to dive into it some more. There's some really interesting game mechanics, and I thought it was really ahead of its time. So I definitely want to talk more about Prototype. The story is a little thin. It's a little kind of thrown together, but I still think it's pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna do a quick trailer for this game that we want to go in called Gray Zone.
And we won't
Warfare.
go into it, guys. We don't know much about it, but we've been seeing it a lot this week. And let me know if you also looked into it.
Dude, yeah. Please, everybody, leave a comment because we want to learn more about this game, Gray Zone Warfare. I've played games like it in the past. It's basically like Escape from Tarkov, Arma, games like that.
Yeah.
You traverse a big open world trying to get things out of the environment so that you can gear up and It looks really cool.
Yeah, and I never played Escape from Tarkov, but they said this game's supposed to be better than that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The main thing is a cooperative, stealth, tactical aspect to it. I feel like I would do very well in.
Yeah, me
due
too.
to my job.
Yeah.
But just doing that with you, we've played some games that's tactical, and we've had a lot of fun with it.
For
But
sure.
I love the customizable aspect of this game, man. It's what I really like.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
For the modifications.
Looks dope. I say we play it. Let's do a let's play of it and let's stream it and get into it when we get some time. But anyways, we're going to talk more about that on the next episode of the GG Rated podcast. Reach out to us on YouTube. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can email us at GGratedChannel@gmail.com. And
guys,
we would like to say, yes, thank you for stopping in. And I want to leave you with my tagline of get jiggy with it. No, that's not my tagline. I need a new tagline. What
See y'all next week, guys.
No, we both need a tagline. What's our tagline? What's our ending tagline?
Good evening. Good night. See you later.
See you later, Pikachu. I don't know.
You got to work on that. You got to work on that.
I'm going to work on it. See you next time. Pika, Pika.